Hey everyone, Mike here today with some early-ish impressions and thoughts here on High on Life. You're going to be hearing a little bit of keyboard clacking and mouse clicking in this video because I don't have any filtering going on at the moment, which, yeah, it's a bit of a shame, but it is what it is when you're dealing with a game with such a wide variety in GPU usage. So much so that, yeah, I can't get around that, so we're gonna have to fortunately suffer a little bit with the keyboard sounds. Anyways, we just finished the mission. We just got another upgrade here, and we're gonna get prepared for our next bounty, I suppose. So long story short, aliens invade Earth. You find this gun that talks and is able to translate alien stuff, whatever. We meet this guy, legendary bounty hunter, and yeah, I just completed our first alien bounty. So let's go ahead and grab ourselves another bounty here, and we'll kind of go through with that. Sure. And we get a nice teleporter here that's going to bring us to said bounty. The game so far, I don't know, kind of disappointing. I'll start by saying this is a Justin Roeland game, so if you don't know what that means, if you ever heard of Rick and Morty, this is what you're going to be hearing a lot of talking, a lot of very specific humor, I guess. Yeah. Okay. Sure. It is what it is. I don't know. Yeah, like I said, if you listen to the show, this may or may not be up your alley. It's honestly very difficult to tell. It's, you know, I found the show is okay. I wouldn't say the show is great. It's entertaining. This is too much. This is far too much. It just doesn't really works well in a game, in a game format. It is what it is. Like I said, it's yeah, I don't know. I've not found the game to be particularly great. So ignoring even the dialogue stuff, like the actual gameplay itself is fairly basic and doesn't feel particularly great or fun or whatever. It's just, yeah, I don't know. We've got a fairly generic game and some kind of annoying platformer or voices and stuff, not platformer mechanics. It's I don't know. I'm curious to see how well this does. I've already looked up some of the reviews that have come out today to kind of get a general idea, because I don't think a lot of people will find this game particularly attractive, and of course looking at the review stuff, yeah, it's feels like I'm supposed to go up there. I'm supposed to go around the corner here. Okay. Anyways, yeah, like I said, looking at the reviews, I'm totally not surprised that this game is not being particularly highly recommended. I think a lot of people are saying that, yeah, it's a game. It's fairly basic. It's kind of competent, but not much beyond that. And I can see it. It's, you know, the gimmick is kind of the voice acting and all the story and stuff. And if you're not into that, it's not going to be a very cool, enjoyable game. I don't know. I like the juggling aspect. That's kind of cool, I guess. It's a little different. And to be fair, the game itself is a little bit different than your typical just run and gun, super serious military shooter, and I do appreciate that they tried to do something at least a little more creative than a lot of these typical games. You know, when you've played the same freaking military shooter for the past, 20 freaking years, it gets kind of boring. And it's kind of nice to have something a little bit different. Unfortunately, the gameplay here is pretty generic and not particularly compelling. The whole voice thing.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were a G3. They enslaved our whole village. I don't know what to do.
Well, this guy's got a green marker, so that means he's a good guy, right?
It sucks so much watching everyone you know getting enslaved.
Yep. Well, we're here to not enslave, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, we're gonna jump forward and do a mid-air dash. Great! Look at that cool mechanic. Bet you've never seen that before in a game.
Hey, I got an idea. Try launching that Merc with the fan plant. Oh, look at him go!
Great. That's cool, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, that's been my...
Okay, shit, that fool. How do you want to deal with this?
That's my whole experience so far in this game is that, yeah, it's been kind of generic, it's a video game. It's a solid B tier at best. And then if the whole voice stuff annoys you, well, guess what? There's that whole annoying voice thing happening throughout the game. There are thankfully sliders for that. You can turn it down if it really is annoying or too much, overbearing, whatever you want us to call it. But then, you know, what is arguably the unique aspect of this game is then taken away, kinda, right? So, again... I don't know.
I'll be honest, I really want you to use my glove shot.
It's not their first game. I have to look it up. I was curious the studio who worked on this, you know, was this their first go at it, or no, it turns out they've done a couple games in the past. Their last one was in 2019. Was definitely a bit better received than this from what I'm seeing so far. You know, reception for this is that it's not a terrible game. I was looking at OpenCritic, I think it was a 76 or 74% or something so far. But as far as actual, like, recommendation, that's a different story. The recommendation, I think, was only like a 40% or something, so while people were kind of positive on it, they were not recommending it either, which I think is a very important distinction. You know, and I don't know, I don't want to say in an era where game reviews are always start at 50% and up, which it's kind of ridiculous when you think about it. But anyways, that's a whole other discussion for another day. Yeah, with game reviews trending from 50% and up, like, what's the point of having a scale that large when you don't use the bottom end unless something is truly broken? But more importantly, the fact that the actual recommendation seems to lean towards, like, no, not really. And whether you want to recommend it or not, it often tends to be, do you like this discussion stuff? Like, if you don't like his style of humor and whatever, like, you're not gonna like this game at all, because the gameplay itself is, yeah, kind of generic and bland at best, I guess, is the best way to describe it. I don't know, solid B tier. Technical level, it looks okay-ish here and there. There's definitely some rough edges all over the place. It crashed within the first half hour when I was playing it. I previously did kind of an initial impression video. Decided not to publish it. It's not a great video. It went up for 45 minutes or whatever, and yeah, I decided instead of making people suffer, I'll do a significantly shorter 10 to 15 minute video.
You just can't win. You're either a drug or you're a slave, I guess.
And those poor Virgils, so helpless. They're making us
Yeah, the game will look a tad blurry, I'll point that out too. I did have to pull my settings down slightly. I mentioned it at the beginning, and I'll mention it again. GPU usage on this thing is all over the place. I can be sitting at 60%, and next thing you know, it just leaps to 100%, and it feels very inconsistent when it does that. So I can't run any filtering, obviously, because of that. Again, GTX 1080 Ti running at 2560, 1440. I'm using the high setting or preset for the graphics. There's also very high, so I'm just one tick off of the highest setting, I guess. Cool. So we need to find a way across the river. That sounds cool, I guess. I don't know.
Okay, sure. A guy in a mansion. That's the plan?
Yes, he would appear to be our
Yeah, we got a talking gun, we got a talking knife as well, which you may or may not have seen yet. Sure, what's it like? I'll get some info, I don't know. Yeah, there's a little bit of very light RPG elements here and there, just with the dialogue tree stuff. Ultimately, from what I've seen so far, my experience with the dialogue trees is just like, it leads to the same result generally. It's just one of those things where it's just like, hey, it's kind of funny, I guess, but yeah, I don't know how much talking do you want. Like, we could have just left this and made our way there, or we can sit around and have more talking. Does it really matter? No, we're just gonna go and shoot people and do the objective marker when it comes time to do that, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. If you watch previews of the game, it's gonna be like different guns and stuff. We're here with the beginner gun, and it is what it is. Like, I don't know. This is a full price game, or full-ish price game. I guess it's $59.99, so it's not the $70 game that you guys tend to see in the US. Having said that, wait, where do we have to go? I guess we gotta go down there. Sure, we'll deal with some more enemies, wherever they are. Yeah, it's not a full-price game, I guess, thankfully. But having said that, at least in Canada, the pricing is freaking weird. I'm not sure why this is the case, but if you look at Xbox, the game is out a day early for some reason, which is why I'm playing it today on the 12th and not tomorrow on the 13th. So that's kind of weird. And also, it's like $76.99. It's fairly expensive on the Game Pass / Microsoft Store on PC. So I don't know what's up with that. The reason I'm pointing that out is if you get it on the Epic Store instead, it's $65.99. And on Steam, there's like no, like, it just says it's unlocking tomorrow and there's no price. So it's bizarre, I guess, is the best way to put that. Anyways. Cool. Okay. Am I supposed to, like, launch myself here? Yeah, okay. Cool. That's what I was supposed to do. We got a little bit of mild puzzle solving to get over there, and...
Cool. Well, tough luck. I'm the only me. Don't try to behave. Fuck you.
Am I supposed to hit this? Oh, no, wait, I'm supposed to hit it off the wall like that, right? Oh, maybe higher up? Yeah, there you go, higher up. That's what it's supposed to do. And then, yeah, we can slide away along here. I'll have to do these things. Oh boy, this feels real bad. There's maybe some hidden stuff over there if we want to get off and do that, but I'm not feeling quite like it. Anyways, that's High on Life. I don't know, check it out. I'm playing it on Game Pass. Obviously, if you get Game Pass, you can give it a go and see if it's your thing. Even if it wasn't for all the Justin Roeland stuff, it's not a particularly good game. So we'll end this here so I can go ahead and uninstall. And yeah, we'll see you guys next week with another video.